Hey everyone, this is Karen Tax with the I Am Learning Community with my first video blog for April. I wanted to wish everybody happy spring. I know that it's spring break for many folks. It is for my family. We're going to be off at the end of this week, and I'm just working the beginning of the week to get a few things done. I wasn't sure if I was going to do a video blog here today, and I woke up with this burning desire to share this topic of what you take a stand for is what you create with you. It's a topic that came up with one of my coaching groups this past week, and I woke up thinking about it this morning, thinking I just had to get the message out there to you about this. So what you take a stand for is what you create. Is this idea that's very similar to what you focus your attention on is what you create, but it's deeper and bigger than that. So if you think about what it is that you want to have happening in your work or your career or your life, and what's happening right now, and think about how that's different, then this gives you an idea about how important this topic is. So taking a stand is deeper than focus in that not only do you focus your attention on what it is that you want, you focus your being, you focus your energy, you focus your emotions, and you focus your actions on what it is that you want. And you start today. You start with the here and now. So if you think about what you want in the future, and an example for me is I want ease, I want creativity, and I want to do all kinds of fun collaborative things with many different people in my life. So that's the end point that I want. So if I think about, well, how is that happening in my day to day? The extent to which I'm taking a stand for that ease and creativity today is the extent to which I'm creating it in my life. And there's no time like the present to have that creation actually happen. So let me give you for example of how this has been working for you. For me, some of you know that we recently had to put our beloved Baloo dog down. We euthanized him a couple of weeks ago, and this has been extremely difficult for me. I have literally been immobilized by grief. I'm just, surprised at how much it affected me. I work at home. This dog has been with me for 10 years every day, day after day, and not having him around has been really, really hard. And what has been interesting about this time is that I'm the kind of person who's a doer. I'm a go-getter. I make things happen. I've always identified with making things happen. And it's a kind of a push energy in my work and in my life to get things done. And I've been wanting to move more and more into ease and going with the flow in my work. And it's part of the reason I'm an entrepreneur is that I have more control over that in my life. But with the situation with Baloo, what ended up happening was I literally was immobilized. I was doing fine with my coaching sessions, but all these other things I had wanted to do and that I had in my mind that I was going to be doing, I literally was too exhausted to do any of it. And this bumped up into this idea that I have that if I'm doing something and if I'm being productive, then I'm safe. Or if I'm actively engaged in doing things, then I'm a good person. I can feel good about myself. When I'm not doing things, I tend to not feel as good about myself. And so I was really confronted in a big way with this situation with Baloo. And what was beautiful about this whole thing was literally I had to go back into a state of ease. I had to take a stand for allowing myself to be at ease and to know that life would support me. Everything that I need would happen, whether I was doing in those moments that I thought I should be doing or not. So once I kind of got clear about that, and here I was speaking about this to people in my coaching group, saying what you take a stand for is what you create, I was able to relax and say, look, I get to have this be easy. I get to not have to do all the time. And as soon as I shifted into taking a stand, not just my focus, but my energy, my emotions, and my actions, getting all of those aligned, taking a stand with what I wanted in my life, which was ease, then all of this internal conflict just washed away, and I could relax into this place of being at ease, which then made everything else around me much easier. So what I want you to do is I want you to think about what it is that you want in your life. You might want to be pushing, you might want to be doing, and that could feel really, really great for you. And so that would be what you would want to take a stand for. I would like to make a distinction between pushing and challenging yourself. You know, certainly we don't want to be pushing all the time. I don't think that's what you want because that gets exhausting. You know, trying to be always on just doesn't work. So think about what you want and what that would look like in the current moment. And then I want you to think about your day and how is it going and say, okay, to what extent is my day right now in this moment as you're watching this, to what extent am I taking a stand for what it is that I actually want? And what would it look like for you to just rest into and literally take a stand, plug in energetically? Think of this as your essential best as opposed to the conflict, which is drama, right? Just allow yourself to rest into what it is that you want right here in the current moment and see how that goes. And then think about any action that you take or any time that you are spending with your work or with your family through the rest of the day. Think about what it would look like. What would it feel like to be taking a stand for that during the rest of the day? And let me know how this goes. I think there's nothing quite as important as this taking a stand for what you want to create now. It literally is being the change that you want to see in the world, being the change you want to see in your life, starting right now. So I hope you have fun with this. I hope you have a great rest of the day and spring break if you're on spring break, and I will talk with you again very soon. Bye-bye.